truly is stranger than fiction, and this week in horror history, we take a look back at the true horrors of man and the horrors created for the big screen. We begin this week in Cincinnati, Ohio, in the year 1934, where a bouncing baby boy was welcomed into the world. This boy began his life sweet and innocent, but in 1969, he would rob the country of its innocence and effectively put an end to the 60s and free love. We, of course, are talking about Charles Manson, the leader of the infamous Manson family. Although Manson has never been directly linked to any killings, his followers, however, are best known for the Sharon Tate and LaBianca murders. Despite his lack of direct involvement in those murders, Manson will forever be one of, if not the best known, serial killers ever. After his capture and conviction, Manson spent the remainder of his life in a California prison where he died on November 19, 2017. We now take a look back to 1974 in the small town of Amityville, Long Island, where on the evening of November 13th, Ronald DeFeo Jr. walked into a bar and asked for help, stating that his parents had been shot. When the police arrived to the home at 112 Ocean Avenue, they would discover the bodies of both of Ronald's parents as well as his two younger brothers and two younger sisters. All of them had been shot to death. Despite his denial of the murders, Ronald would later be found guilty on 6 counts of murder and sentenced to 6 life terms. The home where the murders took place was later sold to the Lutz family, who lived there for only 28 days before moving out, claiming they were terrorized by paranormal activity. These claims later inspired the Amityville Horror book and movie. The movie quickly became the highest-grossing independent film of all time and held that record until 1990. The cryptozoology world had a milestone moment this week back in 1933 in the Highlands of Scotland. A Scottish man named Hugh Gray was out walking his dog along the shores of Loch Ness when he allegedly captured the first known images of what is known as the Loch Ness Monster. Despite this image being debunked, it undoubtedly skyrocketed Nessie into the spotlight and fueled generations of speculation. Horror movie history had a major debut this week back in 1984 when Wes Craven disrupted our dreams and welcomed in new nightmares with the release of A Nightmare on Elm Street. The movie introduced us to one of our all-time favorite horror icons, Freddy Krueger, and skyrocketed the career of Freddy himself, Robert Englund. The movie was also the debut of movie star Johnny Depp.